Hi folks, Ron Bishop here. I'm back again, second video today. Bit chilly in Timaru today, but never mind. We've got the good weather's coming. We've got to be positive. Now listen, I told you I'd going to do two videos today, and this one is about a man I read about many years ago. He wrote a book, and the book was called Think and Grow Rich. Let me introduce you to the man who wrote it.
My search led me to the study of the spiritual forces with which all of us are blessed. And it was in this field that I came upon a clue which has enabled me to help millions of people to find their earthly destinies. I want to describe my discovery in the simplest terms possible, because it will reveal to you why it is true that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, regardless of how many times you may have failed in the past or how lofty your aims and hopes may be. I caught my first fleeting glimpse of the profound law which provides the means by which we may choose our own purpose in life and attain it, while I was being coached by Andrew Carnegie during the organization of the Science of Success philosophy. I had just finished telling Mr. Carnegie that I feared he had chosen the wrong person to give the world the first practical philosophy of personal success because of my youth, my lack of education, and my lack of finances. Well, at this point, Mr. Carnegie delivered a lecture that I shall never forget, because it changed my entire life and paved the way for my helping to change the lives of millions of people, some of them not yet born. Let me call your attention to a great power which is under your control, said Mr. Carnegie, a power which is greater than poverty, greater than the lack of education, greater than all of your fears and superstitions combined. It is the power to take possession of your own mind and direct it to whatever ends you may desire. This profound power, Mr. Carnegie continued, is the gift of the Creator, and it must have been considered the greatest of all of his gifts to man, because it is the only thing over which man has the complete and unchallengeable right of control and direction. When you speak of your poverty and lack of education, Mr. Carnegie explained, you are simply directing your mind power to attract these undesirable circumstances, because it is true that whatever your mind feeds upon, your mind attracts to you. Now you see why it is important that you recognize that all success begins with definiteness of purpose, with a clear picture in your mind of precisely what you want from life. Then Mr. Carnegie continued his speech with a description of a great universal truth which made such an impact upon my mind that I began then and there to give myself a new outlook on life and set up for myself a goal so far above my previous achievements that it shocked my friends and relatives when they heard about it.
Yes, that's him, Napoleon Hill, a man who changed my life when he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. I've read that book so many times it's falling to pieces. In fact, I can't even find it now. I've used it that many times showing people and talking to people about the great book Think and Grow Rich. It changed my life because many years ago I started doing the exercises that are in the books. And it changed my life. I started reading other positive thinking books. And I've spent a lifetime, or best part half of my life anyway, looking at videos, listening to cassette tapes, reading books on personal self-development. And I'm excited about life because I want to teach other people about personal self-development. I decided many years ago to become a motivational coach and teach people self-motivational skills, and I've done that. I've done that with many people. But I'm not famous. I've just done it, and a lot of people don't know about it. But now I wanted to finish that because I'm at the end of my life. I've been diagnosed with cancer. I don't know how long I've got to live. And I want to leave the world something. And I want to leave the world a philosophy of Think and Grow Rich, the power of the mind. We become what we think about. And this is a message that needs to get out to people, especially young people. You are what you think you are. You become what we think about. And we've got to think positive thoughts. Positive thoughts every day. And it takes practice. I'm no expert, but I've done a lot of it. I've written my goals down and I've tried to do something. I've tried to do things every day. And last night I was sitting watching television and Coronation Street come on. And I said to my wife, Margaret, I'm not watching this rubbish. I'm going into my office and I'm going to listen to some videos from YouTube. So I typed in money. I went to YouTube and I typed in money. And who should come on the video but Napoleon Hill. And I listened for over an hour to Napoleon Hill, who you just heard, talk about how he wrote the book, why he wrote the book, and parts that worked for him in that book. Right? Last night when I was listening to Napoleon Hill talk about how he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, he said a few things in it that I didn't agree with. One of the things he said in it was that if you're going to have a goal, don't tell anybody about your goal. Keep it to yourself, because people will try and trip you up. People are jealous. They don't want you to reach your goal. So keep your goal to yourself. But say your goal over and over to yourself every day. Write it down and say it over and over to yourself. But don't tell anybody, because people will try and stop you. Well, that's true, Napoleon Hill. I agree with you. People will try and trip you up. Many people have tried to trip me up when I've been going for my goals. They don't want me to achieve things. They don't want me to do... I know that. But I don't agree. I tell everybody my goals because that inspires me. When people try and trip me up, that makes me more determined to say I can do it. I've got some pretty big goals. One of my goals is to promote Timaru, the greatest city in the South Island. I want to turn Timaru into the capital city of the South Island. People say, you can't do that. That's impossible. Napoleon Hill says no. Think and Grow Rich says, do what you want to do. Think about what you want to do, write it down, and it'll happen. Muhammad Ali was one of my mentors that inspired me. Muhammad Ali told the world what he wanted to do. He said, I am the greatest. He went out there and he said, there's nobody better boxer than me. I'm the greatest boxer of all time. And he convinced himself. He convinced his subconscious mind, which is what Napoleon Hill is talking about. You have to convince your subconscious mind that you are the greatest. I say to myself every day, I am the greatest, funniest, happiest, motivational teacher and preacher in the world. Is that true? No, not yet. But that's my goal. And I tell myself every day, you don't have to believe it, but I have to start believing it. And as long as I keep saying to myself, I am the greatest, happiest, funniest, and healthiest motivational teacher and preacher in the world. Napoleon Hill said in his book, Think and Grow Rich, if you do that, it will happen. So I'm going to try it. I've been trying it for years, and it's starting to happen. Things are happening in my life. This video would not be done without Napoleon Hill, without me saying those things. This video is part of me becoming the greatest, funniest, happiest, healthiest, motivational teacher and preacher in the world. I travel the world with my wife Margaret, speaking to millions of people on motivation, because I uplift people, I inspire people, I encourage people. That's my goal. That's my definitive purpose, as Napoleon Hill was talking about. Have a goal, what it is you want, and that's what I want. And I'm telling the world that's what I want. I've got to be on television. I'm not on television yet. I'm not famous yet. But I'm already planning my film. They're going to write a film about me. They'll write a book about me. It may be when I'm dead. It'll happen when I'm dead. But I'm already planning it, right? It's going to happen. Okay? So that's my second video. The power of positive thinking. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Go and buy yourself a book. Buy yourself the book. Read the book. Or go online. Listen to it online. It's all online today. You don't have to buy a book. It's already there. Turn off the television set. Get in your cave and listen. Listen to positive thinking stuff. Okay? Now you're probably sitting there saying, well, what the hell have you done, Ron Bishop? What you done that's world famous? Okay? Well, I've done something that's pretty special for me, and let me show you what it is. As I was going through my memorabilia, putting together all the stuff that I've collected over the years, I came across this certificate, and it says, Concept 2 World Record Certificate. This certificate confirms that Ron Bishop has set a new world record on April the 30th, 2005, on a Concept 2 indoor rower, 100,000 metre row in 9 hours, 6 minutes, 42 seconds, 60 to 69 men's heavyweight. There you are. That's a world record. And I did it using the power of positive thinking, using the words that are in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So every day I would say, I'm the greatest indoor rower in the world. I would say it over and over to myself every day. I'm the greatest and fastest indoor rower in the world. And I did this over and over. And I've got a world certificate. I've got a record. It's recorded that I broke a world record at age 63 using Think and Grow Rich and Napoleon Hill's book, using the exercises that are in the books. Because personal self-development books don't work unless you do the exercises. You must write your goal down. You must repeat your goal every day. Say it over and over to yourself. If you do that, you'll become successful. Keep tuned in. I'm going to do other videos on personal self-development. I've got a website called selfdevelopment.co.nz, and I need to do more videos on personal self-development. Okay? So keep tuned in. I'm coming online every day. And the reason I'm coming online every day is because I'm doing my affirmations. I'm doing my I'm visualizing myself traveling the world, speaking to millions of people on motivation, because I uplift people. I inspire people. I encourage people. Not by words, but by my deeds. There it is, the world certificate record. That's a record. That proves that the Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich actually works. Thank you, folks. Tune in tomorrow and learn more about the power of positive thinking from Think and Grow Rich and Napoleon Hill.